Hi, this is Tony Sagami. Hey, there were some really impressive statistics that just came out of China a few days ago. The one that grabbed my attention the most was that the news that the Chinese exports increased by 46% in February. 46%! That's a giant number. And it's also the third consecutive month of gains and the strongest increase in the last 3 years. I was kind of surprised to hear that one half of that increase came from the U.S., Europe, and Japan. Three areas that had been kind of morbid, but now they're starting to buy more. But what wasn't paid a lot of attention to was the news that the imports increased by 45% in February. And that shows to me that the domestic side of the Chinese economy is still humming. So now what you have is you have a big increase in the export industry, and you also have continued sustained growth in the domestic consumption. So that two-legged economy is now firing on both cylinders. And so that's fantastic news for the Chinese economy, corporate profits, and ultimately the stock market. Now, the one thing that I think you should take a look at, instead of trying to identify who's doing all this new business, think about how all those goods get back and forth across the Pacific Ocean. The shipping companies must be doing gangbusters business. So this week I'm going to tell you to take a look at three different shipping companies. As always, you need to do your own due diligence, and they are a little hot, so I'd wait for them on sale. But the three I look at are China Costco Holdings. If you live anywhere on the coast, you see those Costco containers everywhere, COSCO. So China Costco Holdings. This stock is traded on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. The ticker is 1919.HK. That's 1919.HK. The other one I take a look at is China Shipping Development, and the ticker for that is 1138.HK, 1138.HK. And the last one I take a look at would be China Merchants. That is 0144.HK, 0144.HK. China Merchants is kind of interesting. They own the shipping ports in the southern China and the Pearl River Delta in Shenzhen. And that's where the bulk of the manufacturing activity is going on. Now, they don't own the ships, they own the ports, so they get a piece of every single container that goes in and out of their port. So that's kind of like betting on the bookie. They make money no matter who is doing all the business. They just get paid by the volume of containers that go through. And so all three of those are fantastic stocks to take a look at. They're all traded on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. And buying Hong Kong stocks is pretty easy. Almost every broker in the U.S. has an international trading desk. And if yours doesn't, perhaps this is the time to take a look around for one that does. But don't pass up this juicy pit of statistical information that tells you that the shipping business is rocking and rolling. Until next week, this is Tony Sagami signing off.